the Strand for all the details.
I'm back. I decided to move my laptop downstairs so that my father didn't have to hear me while
Get the Strand, get the true facts.
So, in the meantime, let's head over to the bookstore.
Another sinking near Scotland. Buy the Strand for all the details.
Yeah, I remember when I said in the very first episodes that a story like this, being an expert in obscure languages, was not as good as I have.
Get the Strand, get the true facts.
Pictures. My first comment about finding another John. In the previous game, Chapter 1, Sherlock had an imaginary friend, John. Helped his cases. I'd say more, but that would risk spoilers, so.
It has been a while, Barnes.
Dr. Watson. Indeed it has, and good to see you as always. How can I help?
Someone is full of pep.
Oh, yes. Mr. Holmes, he was quite the inspiration. Last time you were in town, he offered me some stirring advice, which I have since acted upon.
Holmes is nothing if not provocative.
Indeed, the thorny truth is often hard to hear, but it did the job, and now my heart is full.
I'm glad to hear it.
Much obliged, Doctor.
Yeah, about that. Now today, I don't think it's going to last.
Last time we met, you mentioned your knack for translating occult texts. I was wondering if you could help me with this book.
Certainly, Goodness. Where on earth did you procure this grimoire?
That's a long story. What do you make of it?
It seems to describe pagan rituals, ancient deities. Wow, what a marvel. I can try and translate it for you.
Just the pages bearing that symbol. This section, really.
Entity of ocean or time. Oh my. Oh, already on it, as you can tell.
If you can have it done at your earliest convenience, that would be lovely.
Someone called the doctors with the white lab coats. I need them.
Barnes, does Stevenson's guiding light mean anything to you?
Well, my mind first goes to Robert Louis Stevenson, an up-and-coming author. I've been following his work in the periodicals. Interesting man. I take it his literary pursuits are somewhat of a deviation from the family business.
What makes you say that?
He wrote a poem. Let me see if I have it still. Yes. Say not of me that weakly I declined the labours of my sires, and fled the sea, the towers we founded, and the lamps we lit.
The labours of his sires. I wonder what they do.
I have a book on great British families. If the Stevensons have achieved anything of note, they will be in there. Please, feel free to take a look. It should be on the shelves to the right.
Much obliged.
Robert Louis Stevenson, of course, wrote Ship, one of the great adventure books of our time.
For some reason, it makes my skin crawl.
This volume gathers facts, stories, and gossip about the members and successes of great British families. It is a somewhat chauvinistic account of Britain's finest. Vacation, Scotland. Fled the seas, just maritime. Aha! The book Greatest British Families briefly mentions the Stevensons, famed for their lighthouses across all of Scotland. Funnily enough, the first Stevenson in the lineage shares the same name given name as the latest, the author Robert Louis Stevenson. Ever since the Bell Rock lighthouse's erection in 1810, the Stevensons have left their mark around Scotland via civil engineering feats in maritime industry. Whether the lighthouses were built by Robert Stevenson or his sons, Alan, David, and Thomas, the sailors roaming the Scotland's coastline have the dynasty to thank for guiding them to prosperity and safety. Stevensons west of Lochaber, Scotland. No, we don't have enough to get that done yet. Back to Sherlock then. First, let's have a look. Still alive, mate. I'm gonna say it's possible. Bones here somewhere.
Another sinking near Scotland by the strand.
Family, Watson. I let go of the best part in Cordona. Now I am left with the worst in Mycroft.
Oh, so I was supposed to talk to Lawrence, apparently. Fine. You'll forgive me for running around wasting time.
Say, do you possess coastal maps of Scotland?
Indeed. Have you figured out what the Stevensons are known for?
Feats of lighthouse engineering. You have my thanks for the book.
My pleasure, Doctor. Do you need any particular part of the coast?
Loch Harbour, West Coast.
Right then, I'll unroll it on the desk.
Loch Harbour.
All yours. In the meantime, I will attend to my translation.
Much appreciated. Take care of your master.
There's the lady's dog, too. Skerryvore Island. Located on a remote island of the same name, Skerryvore Lighthouse lies southwest of the inhabited island of Tiree. Designed and built in 1844 by Alan Stevenson, the tower is a testament to the determination of the Empire's workers and engineers to make life safer for seamen. The lighthouse has seen 6 years of construction, with numerous men risking their lives to build this granite beacon of safety atop dangerous rocks. Barra Head Lighthouse. Located on the outer Hebrides island of Barra Head, the lighthouse illuminates the southern entrance to the Minch. The tower, designed by Robert Stevenson and built by James Smith of Inverness in 1833, is made of stone. It is deemed the United Kingdom's highest lighthouse, standing at 682 above sea level. 682 feet high. Yes. Designed and built by 1849 by Alan Stevenson, the lighthouse lies at the western end of the peninsula in Lochaber. It architecturally and decoratively depicts Egyptian influences, making it unique among Scottish lighthouses. Made of granite and bearing a strikingly black lantern, the tower soars to 118 feet above the rocks. Egyptian influences. Rubanangal Lighthouse. Rubanangal means strangest point in Scottish Gaelic. The simple yet elegant brick tower of light, built in 1857 by David and Thomas Stevenson, is not even the only one the dynasty erected that year. It is 62 feet tall and bears a luminous range of 10 nautical miles, lighting the way for ships roaming the Sound of the North.
Doctor! Look what I just found!
Barnes, have you finished with the book?
Yes. I've written out a translation of the section you wanted. It, puts the grim in grimoire.
I thought as much.
Long story short, it details macabre rituals, death, leviathans, and the apocalypse. See for yourself. I must ask you to leave the book with me so I can read more of it. It's compelling. Very compelling.
I don't think that would be wise. Please give it back. That said, I remain grateful for your immeasurable help.
Oh, how disappointing. I hope you will consider lending it to me in the future. Good day, Doctor. A fascinating book. Thank you for the opportunity, Doctor.
Well, then if you're smart, you'll throw that book into the fire the second you get to Baker's Street. Barnes' approximate, if hasty, translation details a ritual for awakening a pagan god sleeping under the ocean. It involves a special chant the strongest men of every ethnicity on Earth perform before they are to be sacrificed for the god's awakening. A creature with a pitch-black face akin to an Egyptian sphinx must witness the ritual. If successful, the ceremony will destroy the world's seas and lands.
Mycroft, here to buy a book on fraternal dysfunction?
The Holmes family is beyond counselling, Doctor.
True, more deserving of scientific study. What do you want?
I came to warn you. Perhaps you have a moment to...
Sorry, I reserve Tuesday afternoons for time with friends.
I'm worried about Sherlock. He's not well. You should know that he has had episodes in the past. Detachment from reality. He will need your support.
Such gall. First you crush him under your boot heel, now you ask me to pick up the pieces.
Your emotions are impeding your rationality. He needs to be distracted, diverted into something less harmful.
Surely you jest. Only one thing shall truly bring him peace of mind, and that is solving his case.
The last case he pursued so doggedly was Cordona. He came home a wreck, and this time I fear he may not return at all.
You are not his father, Mycroft. Not anymore. He is a grown man, a brilliant man. I know you care for him. I just wish you also respected him.
The Crown cannot help you. But I can. Give him this.
What is it?
A confidential note tied to his case. He may see value in it. Just Do not tell him it came from me. Oh, speaking of the crown, perhaps you can help us with another matter? It requires some local knowledge.
I'm all ears.
For your eyes only. Here is a folder with all the details.
New case, the Golden Watch. You know, I like how in the original stories, Minecraft had only one speaking role in the stories, if I remember correctly, but they built enough to be basically the head of Britain's intelligence network. Lord H.P. Rochester, London millionaire, married an American woman. They have a son named Archibald, who moved east to take charge of his father's interests after finishing his education in engineering with Georgia. Archibald held named jewel mines in Australia and holdings in England. His wealth in gems rose immensely. In 1875, he ordered a ship to be built. A storm sunk his ship. No crew member survived. Neither Archibald's body nor his gems were ever found. His father, Lord H.P. Rochester, died shortly thereafter. Lady Rochester moved to Boston subsequently as well. Several of the documented Rochester gems have recently resurfaced. They connected to the Louisiana banks and the Black Edelweiss. One of our informants, Philip Hawk, has not been in contact with us for his please check his status. He's working on an investigation close to his lodgings. Hawk is disabled and his home and is next to one of your client's houses, Captain Stenlock. Report to me after you've finished. I'll be in the bookshop.
Unlike Holmes, I don't carry lockpicks. Royal Berkshire Regiment. His face and neck are swollen, and I can see wasp stings all over the skin. Only his right arm was functional. His left arm was paralyzed in the war.
Unfinished note written by Hawk. 5:45, carriage with a hooded visitor arrived. 7:25, carriage left, visitor stayed inside. 9:10, boxes with gold from the Japanese Imperial Mint arrived. 9:36, boxes are still being unloaded. 10:10, the last these boxes moved inside the embassy. 11:33, arrival of the Ottoman ambassador and vice council. 12:44, the men are having a meeting on the second floor. The maps of M.
Capital M, signed by someone else's hand.
I think we all know what that means.
A map of possible routes taken from the embassy. I thought only Sherlock was capable of this kind of deduction. The spyglass was positioned to watch the windows of the embassy across the road. Near perfect camouflage. It makes me wonder if Mycroft also spies on our suite in Baker Street.
Probably.
I'm sorry I have bad news.
Please do not tell me Hawk is a turncoat.
Worse, I have found him dead in his wheelchair, out in the garden.
How did he die? Exactly.
He was stung repeatedly by wasps. His body succumbed to anaphylaxis.
And that is all you observed? Was there anything suspicious?
Well, there was one thing. In his notes I found a handwritten M, but it didn't match Hawk's other writing.
Listen carefully, Doctor. Do not investigate further, do not talk about this matter to anyone, and do not ask questions. Thank you. Now leave it alone.
Sacrifice of all the objects of diverse ethnicities. I wonder if anything else.
Get the Strand, get the true facts.
Holmes, I have the translation. But Barnes was affected by the book. Holmes?
Watson?
Did you hear me? Barnes was behaving oddly, but I was able to retrieve the book and his preliminary translation. I think we have a lead. Sherlock, what is it?
I find myself burdened. It will come as no surprise that I tend towards obsession. Indeed, obsession grants me the insights that have become my stock in trade, my greatest asset. Yet I cannot deny this nature proves as much a hindrance as a boon. It has cost me friends, colleagues, brothers. And despite my obsession as I contend with the matter at hand, no closer to understanding than when we began, I must conclude that I am of no worth at all. Without an answer, what use is the question?
Sherlock, this is no time for despair. The book is real. Those men went mad.
John, I fear that I am as mad as the rest of them.
I bore witness to the same events that you did. I saw with my own eyes the inexplicable, the ghastly, and the unnatural. I can attest to their occurrence. So take heart, for it was as real as you or I, and thus we must persist. Lives hang in the balance. If you cannot see your worth, then trust in me, for I see it. And I know of no other man capable of putting this matter right.
Thank you, John. Would that I possessed even half your courage. Pray tell, where does our journey end?
Ardnamurchan, Scotland.
Ardnamurchan.
Well, shall we be off?
Yes, of course. You can apprise me of your actions while we pack.
If we don't make land soon, I fear we will join those missing souls. These seas have taken too many, John. Let's stop them from taking more then.
John's portrait. Yep. That was John, Sherlock's imaginary friend from the previous game. You'll meet him another time. For now, though, it looks like our time together for today has come to an end. Next episode looks like will be the finale of the series for the time being. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that you're looking forward to the next one just as much as I am. I'll be seeing you.